In a world constantly showcasing curated perfection, it's easy to feel a quiet ache of inadequacy without even realizing where it came from. You open your phone for a few minutes, and suddenly, you're looking at someone else's success, someone else's happiness, someone else's seemingly perfect life. And before you know it, you're questioning your own. Why aren't I further ahead? Why don't I have what they have? Why does everyone else seem to be moving forward while I feel stuck? The strange thing is, you may have made tremendous progress in your own life, yet one glance at someone else's highlight reel can make all of it feel insignificant. We scroll, we observe, and often, without consciously choosing to, we measure our own lives against the seemingly flawless narratives of others. This subtle, yet pervasive habit of comparison can quietly steal our joy, cloud our perspective, and leave us feeling perpetually behind, no matter how far we have actually come. But what if the problem isn't that your life is lacking? What if the problem is simply the way you have been looking at it? What if there was a profound shift you could make, not by changing your entire life, but by changing the way you relate to it? A way to reclaim your inner peace. Stop constantly measuring your worth, and finally appreciate the richness of your own unique journey. This isn't about ignoring the world around you or pretending that other people's lives don't matter. It's about transforming how you engage with what you see. And remarkably, the wisdom for doing this isn't new. For more than 2,500 years, Buddhist teachings have offered a timeless path toward genuine contentment, one that can help us understand why comparison causes so much suffering and how we can gradually free ourselves from its grip. Today, the digital landscape amplifies our tendency to compare like never before. Every feed is a highlight reel. Every carefully chosen photograph tells a story of success, beauty, adventure, or happiness. Every achievement we see can become a quiet trigger for self-doubt. We see the peak moments, the celebrated accomplishments, the beautiful relationships, the perfect vacations, and the seemingly effortless lives of others. What we rarely see are the lonely nights, the private failures, the uncertainty, the fear, and the struggles happening just outside the frame. And yet, we unconsciously compare our entire complicated reality to a carefully edited version of someone else's life. Slowly, we begin to construct an ideal that our own messy, authentic lives can never quite match. We seek validation from the outside world while becoming increasingly critical of ourselves on the inside. And this creates a cycle of dissatisfaction. The more we compare, the more we feel we are missing. And the more we feel we are missing, the more we compare. Yet, long before smartphones, social media, or the internet existed, humanity was already wrestling with this very same problem. The Buddha, observing the human condition over 2.5 millennia ago, recognized the suffering inherent in attachment, craving, and our mistaken belief in a fixed and permanent self. His teachings offer not only comfort, but a practical framework for understanding a problem that, despite the changes in technology, remains deeply human. One of the foundational insights of Buddhist thought is Anicca, the principle of impermanence. Everything is in a constant state of flux. Our bodies change. Our thoughts change. Our emotions change. Our relationships change. Our circumstances change. And crucially, the lives of the people we compare ourselves to are changing too. The person you envy today may be facing challenges you know nothing about tomorrow. The person who appears to have everything may be quietly struggling with something hidden from your view. And the difficulties you are experiencing today may, with time, become the very experiences that shape your strength, wisdom, and compassion. A story often told illustrates this beautifully. A wealthy merchant, burdened by the constant need to maintain his status and protect his possessions, once encountered a simple monk who seemed completely content with very little. The merchant, perplexed by the monk's peaceful expression, asked him, "How can you be so joyful with so little?" The monk smiled and replied, "Because I carry nothing that can be lost." Think about that for a moment. The merchant had accumulated wealth, possessions, and status, yet he was constantly afraid of losing them. The monk possessed far less, but because his happiness wasn't dependent on holding on to things, he experienced a different kind of freedom. This story isn't suggesting that we must renounce all possessions or abandon the lives we have built. Rather, it points toward a deeper understanding. True security and lasting happiness cannot be found entirely in external conditions, because external conditions are inherently impermanent. Everything we gain can change. Everything we own can disappear. Every position we hold can eventually be replaced. And if our peace depends entirely on these things remaining exactly as they are, then our peace will always be fragile. This leads us to another profound Buddhist concept, dukkha. The word is often translated simply as suffering, but its meaning is more subtle. It can also be understood as dissatisfaction, unease, or the feeling that something is never quite enough. And comparison is one of the most direct pathways to this kind of dukkha. When we compare ourselves to others, we create a gap between the life we are actually living and an imagined version of the life we believe we should be living. We look at what someone else has and think, "I need that." We see where someone else has reached and think, "I should already be there." We notice something we believe we lack, and suddenly, what we already have no longer feels sufficient. This fuels craving for what we don't have and aversion toward what we do have. Instead of experiencing our present life directly, we become trapped in an endless mental negotiation between reality and an idealized version of reality. The Buddha taught that the root of suffering is attachment. Attachment to outcomes, to possessions, to a particular image of ourselves, and even to the idea that we must be better than others, or at least equal to them, in order to feel worthy. When we attach our happiness to external measurements, we set ourselves up for perpetual disappointment. Because the external world is always changing, there will always be someone with more money, someone more successful, someone younger, someone more attractive, someone further ahead in their career, someone traveling to places you've never been. The moment you reach one benchmark, another appears. And if your sense of worth depends on always measuring up, there will never be a final point at which you can finally say, "Now I am enough." Another profound Buddhist concept is Anatta, the teaching of non-self. We often perceive ourselves as a fixed, unchanging entity. We think of ourselves as a particular kind of person with a particular identity, and then we take this fixed idea of me and compare it to the fixed idea we have created of someone else. But Buddhist wisdom suggests that what we call the self is not a permanent, unchanging thing. It is a dynamic collection of experiences, thoughts, emotions, memories, sensations, and circumstances, all continuously changing from one moment to the next. The person you were 5 years ago is not exactly the person you are today, and the person you are today will not be exactly the person you become 5 years from now. There is no permanent, independent you that exists outside of this constant process of change. When we begin to understand that both our self and the self of others are fluid and interconnected, the very foundation of comparison begins to crumble. It becomes like trying to compare two clouds. One cloud may appear larger, another may look more beautiful, one may seem to be moving faster than the other, but both are constantly shifting, forming, dissolving, and changing shape. They are unique in every moment, yet neither can be separated from the vast sky around them. In much the same way, our lives cannot be reduced to a single moment, a single achievement, or a single measure of success. So, how do we actively shift away from this deeply ingrained habit of comparison? How do we cultivate a mind that can witness the success of others without feeling diminished, and experience our own struggles without believing that we have somehow fallen behind? The path involves cultivating specific qualities of mind, often referred to as the Four Immeasurables, or the Brahma Viharas: Metta, loving kindness; Karuna, compassion; Mudita, sympathetic joy; and Upekkha, equanimity. These are not merely abstract philosophical concepts. They are qualities of mind that can be deliberately cultivated through practice, and each one offers a powerful response to the isolating and diminishing effects of comparison. Instead of allowing envy to take root, we cultivate Mudita, sympathetic joy. This is the radical practice of genuinely rejoicing in the happiness, success, and good fortune of others, as though their happiness does not threaten our own. It is a profound shift from scarcity to abundance. We begin to recognize that another person's light does not make our own light any dimmer. Of course, this isn't always easy, especially when we are struggling ourselves, when our own efforts seem unnoticed, when we feel stuck, or when we are desperately hoping for a breakthrough. Watching someone else receive exactly what we have been wishing for can be painful. But mudita is a practice. It is a muscle we strengthen over time. Imagine a moment when someone you deeply care about achieves something wonderful. Perhaps they reached a goal they had worked toward for years, or experienced a moment of happiness you knew they truly deserved. You may have felt a genuine surge of joy for them. Mudita invites us to gradually expand that feeling, to extend unselfish delight beyond the people closest to us, and eventually toward others we may not even know. Their success does not have to become evidence of our failure. Their happiness does not have to remind us of what we lack. Instead, we can learn to celebrate the fact that happiness exists in the world at all. In doing so, mudita begins to break down the walls of separation that comparison builds between us. Similarly, metta and karuna are essential. Metta, loving kindness, is the boundless wish for the well-being, happiness, and freedom from suffering of ourselves and all beings. When we practice metta, we begin to soften the harsh voice of self-judgment and the relentless internal criticism that so often accompanies comparison. We learn to offer kindness to our own perceived shortcomings. We remind ourselves that we are human, that we are learning, that we are changing, and that we are doing our best while navigating circumstances that are uniquely our own. This self-compassion is crucial because it is difficult to genuinely offer kindness to others while constantly being at war with ourselves. Then there is Karuna, compassion. Compassion is the recognition of suffering in ourselves and in others, accompanied by the sincere wish that suffering may be relieved. When we look at someone who seems to have it all, someone who appears effortlessly successful, beautiful, confident, or happy, Karuna reminds us of something we often forget. We are only seeing a small part of their story. Everyone, regardless of outward appearance, faces their own internal battles. Everyone experiences fear. Everyone experiences uncertainty. Everyone has moments of doubt that the world may never see. When we remember this, the person we once envied becomes less like a competitor and more like another human being walking through the same uncertain world. This understanding fosters a deeper sense of connection and empathy, and slowly, competition begins to give way to shared humanity. And finally, there is Upekkha, equanimity. This is the profound ability to remain balanced, calm, and undisturbed by life's inevitable ups and downs, including the successes and failures of others. Upekkha does not mean becoming cold or indifferent. It means developing the inner stability to recognize that everyone is walking their own unique path, shaped by their own circumstances, choices, experiences, and conditions. Their journey is not your journey. Their timeline is not your timeline. And your life does not become less meaningful simply because someone else appears to be further ahead. Upekkha allows us to observe the world without constantly judging ourselves against it, without clinging desperately to particular outcomes, and without feeling the compulsive need to measure our worth against external benchmarks. It is a profound sense of inner stability, a quiet strength that allows us to witness the ever-changing currents of the world without being swept away by every wave. The world will continue to change. Other people will continue to succeed. Some will move faster than us. Some will appear to have more than us. And sometimes, despite our best efforts, we will still feel the familiar pull of comparison. But with practice, we can learn to notice that feeling without allowing it to control us. We can return to our own path, to our own breath, to our own life. And slowly, we begin to understand that peace was never waiting for us at the finish line of someone else's journey. It was waiting within our own. This brings us to the heart of what we might call the gratitude shift. Gratitude is a profound antidote to comparison because it anchors us firmly in the present moment and reconnects us with the inherent abundance already present in our own lives. When we consciously practice gratitude, we shift our attention away from what we believe we lack and toward what we already possess, often in far greater measure than we realize. This doesn't mean ignoring our challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. It means consciously learning to acknowledge the good, the simple, and the often overlooked blessings that are uniquely woven into the fabric of our existence. A powerful and accessible practice is to take a few quiet moments each day and name 3 to 5 things you are genuinely grateful for. They don't have to be grand achievements or monumental events. It could be the warmth of your morning coffee, the comfort of a soft blanket, a kind word from a stranger, the sound of rain outside your window, the beauty of a sunset, a meaningful conversation with someone you love, or simply the quiet comfort of having a place you can call home. When we consistently and deliberately practice looking for these small moments of goodness, something begins to change within us. We start training our attention to notice abundance, rather than automatically searching for deficiency. Instead of asking, "What am I missing?" we begin asking, "What is already here?" And over time, this simple shift in attention can transform the way we experience our lives. It cultivates an inner landscape where contentment can take root and truly flourish. Alongside gratitude, mindfulness serves as an indispensable tool. By becoming fully present and aware of our own experience, we become significantly less susceptible to the insidious pull of external comparison. When we are truly engaged in our work, deeply listening to someone we care about, savoring a meal, or simply observing the world during a quiet walk, our minds are less likely to wander into the endless what-ifs, if-onlys, and why-not-me's that so often fuel the comparison trap. Mindfulness brings us back to this moment, back to this breath, back to the life that is actually happening right in front of us. It helps us appreciate the unique, unfolding texture of our own experience, moment by moment, without demanding that it be different, more impressive, or somehow better than someone else's. It allows us to inhabit our own lives with a deeper sense of acceptance and peace, rather than constantly standing outside of them and judging them from a distance. Consider the story of a young monk who was constantly comparing his meditation progress to that of his peers. He watched others appear to become calmer and more focused, while he struggled with his own restless mind, and he began to feel inadequate. His teacher noticed his struggle and simply told him, "The river does not compare itself to the mountain. Each has its own path, its own purpose, its own beauty." This simple analogy carries a powerful reminder. Our individual paths are inherently distinct. Your journey is precisely that, yours. It is an intricate tapestry woven from unique experiences, challenges, triumphs, disappointments, relationships, and lessons that no one else could ever completely replicate. Trying to compare your intricate and constantly evolving masterpiece to someone else's equally complex and distinct creation is like comparing a symphony to a painting. Both can be beautiful. Both can be profound, but they exist in entirely different dimensions and must be appreciated on their own terms. Your life does not need to resemble someone else's in order to have meaning. So embrace the twists and turns. Embrace the detours and the unexpected paths. Embrace even the chapters you never planned to write. These are not necessarily deviations from your journey. They are often the very elements that make your story rich, meaningful, and authentically yours. Contentment, then, is not the absence of desire or ambition. It doesn't mean giving up on your dreams, abandoning your goals, or becoming complacent with where you are. Rather, contentment is the profound peace that comes from accepting and appreciating your present reality while continuing to strive for growth and improvement from a place of inner fullness rather than external lack. There is a significant difference between growing because you are inspired to become wiser and more capable, and constantly striving because you believe you are not enough as you are. One comes from love, the other comes from fear. Contentment is understanding that true wealth lies not in having more than others, but in recognizing and cherishing what you already have, and realizing that you may already possess far more than you have taken the time to notice. It is freedom from the endless chase for external validation. It is liberation from the exhausting need to constantly prove your worth or measure yourself against an ever-shifting external standard. It is discovering that you can experience genuine joy in the simple act of being, rather than constantly striving to become someone else. This profound shift from comparison to contentment takes consistent practice, immense patience, and, above all, deep self-compassion. There will inevitably be days when the old habits return, days when you scroll through your phone and suddenly feel behind again, days when someone else's success makes you question your own progress, days when the familiar ache of inadequacy quietly finds its way back into your mind. On those days, don't judge yourself for having these thoughts. Simply acknowledge them. Observe them without judgment, like a passing cloud moving across the open sky. You don't have to fight the thought, and you don't have to believe it. You can simply notice it, and then gently redirect your attention back to your own path, back to your own breath, back to your own life, back to the blessings that are already present, even if they are easy to overlook. Remind yourself of the impermanence of all things, including these fleeting feelings of comparison and inadequacy. This feeling is not permanent. This moment is not permanent. And neither is the story your mind is telling you right now. Extend kindness to yourself for being human, for navigating the complexities of modern life, and for sometimes losing sight of your own path. Then, gently recommit yourself to the practices of gratitude, mindfulness, and radical self-acceptance. Remember that every time you notice comparison and choose to return to gratitude, you are practicing freedom. Every time you catch yourself measuring your life against someone else's and choose to come back to the present moment, you are strengthening your inner peace. Every moment of redirection is a small victory, and over time, those small victories become a new way of living, a way of seeing, a way of being. You begin to realize that you don't need to win someone else's race. You don't need to live someone else's life. You only need to learn how to fully inhabit your own. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of finding contentment through the gratitude shift. May these insights offer you a path toward greater peace, deeper appreciation, and a renewed awareness of the extraordinary journey that is uniquely yours. And the next time you find yourself comparing your life to someone else's, pause for a moment, take a breath, look around you, and ask yourself a simple question. What is already here that I have forgotten to appreciate? Perhaps the answer is closer than you think. If this message resonated with you today, consider subscribing to the channel and sharing this video with someone who may need to hear it. By doing so, you may help another person step away from comparison, return to the present moment, and discover the contentment that has been waiting within their own life all along.